There's some good news for foodies tonight. The Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington is extending its summer restaurant week through the end of the month. More than 160 restaurants say they will continue their restaurant week menus till August 31st. Awesome menus and even better prices. Now, it's also no secret that this year's Summer Restaurant Week is happening during President Trump's D.C. police takeover. So how are local restaurants dealing with all of this? I want to bring in the president and CEO of the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington, Shawn Townsend, in on the conversation. Shawn, thanks so much for joining us, especially on a Friday night. I know it's been a busy week. You were traveling today, so thanks for taking some time.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So we know that people here in the DMV love a good deal. But what was the main reason behind the extension of Restaurant Week? And has that happened before where you've taken it from 1 week to 2 weeks?
Well, the last time we extended Restaurant Week was in the winter restaurant week when the weather was bad. And so folks did not get the opportunity to get out like they normally do during restaurant week. For this month, we decided to extend it for a number of reasons. I'll start with the obvious one. We've seen the foot traffic hasn't been what we expected it to be. I think the increased police presence has some folks staying outside of DC, and that's what I'm hearing from our operators. Our numbers are down, reservations, and we wanted to give folks an opportunity to get out through the 31st and try again next week. And so we feel good about. I did hear from some operators, and they said that this week wasn't great, but it was okay, and that it was something that they can live with. However, what we do know about Summer Restaurant Week is that this is normally a boost. It's normally a lifeline for restaurants, and hopefully they can get it an extra week as well.
I want to pause the conversation real quick. We have some of the president's remarks that he made this morning discussing the D.C. restaurant scene. Let's take a listen to that real quick.
But it's a whole different place. People are excited again. They're going out to restaurants again. That was the other thing I saw numbers. That restaurant business is down in the last week. No. Restaurant business, you can't get into a restaurant. Just really lying people. And that's why people don't understand how bad and how dishonest the press is. I saw one poll that had us at 19% favorable on what we're doing with Washington. Then I saw another one that has us 94% favorable. And I can tell you the 94% is correct.
There seems to be this discrepancy between what the president is saying, what's happening on the ground. So I want to ask you, what is happening on the ground? Are the numbers? Are there people coming to Restaurant Week, to restaurants during Restaurant Week in D.C.? What are you hearing from local restaurant owners?
Yeah, I'm certainly not going to get baited into a debate with the president of the United States. But what I'm hearing from my folks on the ground is that their numbers are down. And, it's expected that August is a slow month. However, the numbers that what we're seeing, the foot traffic, the reservations, is not like how it's been in previous August months of the year. And so they're down. I'm not sure, what operators are speaking out to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Like I said, there are some that are doing okay, but the majority of the folks that I speak to, they're hemorrhaging in August and hoping that Restaurant Week next week, the extension, gives them a boost that they very well need.
Any idea, are there particular neighborhoods where there are restaurants that are doing better than other neighborhoods, or is it just every restaurant is its own story?
I think it all depends on who you talk to and what part of the city you are asking this question. When you look at where the checkpoints are taking place, where we see increased police presence from the federal level, I think those things have an impact on whether or not we have more butts and seats in some of these restaurants. So I really think it all depends. What I have heard is that the further you get away from the Beltway, restaurants are thriving. Of course, that's outside of DC and Maryland and Virginia.
Right.
And we want to make sure that we continue to drive folks to our DC restaurants because it is safe. Okay, it's safe. As a Washingtonian, it is safe. Are we perfect? No, we're not. But I think we've made some great strides over the years, and we'll continue to do that.
What has it been like? What is the restaurant industry like? What are owners feeling in 2025? What is it like running a restaurant in our nation's capital this year?
It's a lot. You know, the mounting pressure, you've heard it, I'm sure. 44% at the beginning of this year said that they would close if nothing changed. We got a big policy win in July, and here we go into August. And so what folks need to understand is ever since the pandemic, we were one of the first industries to close and one of the last industries to open. And since then, we've never really found our footing. We've never got settled in. It costs more to operate a restaurant since the pandemic, and our folks are really struggling. We're trying to make it. Rent is an issue. Labor is an issue. Supply chain. I mean, just all of these factors, and it makes it really challenging to operate a restaurant.
Well, yeah, thank you. I hope that at the very least, these awesome 3-course menu prices, as low as $25 for brunch or lunch and $40 for dinner at some of the hottest restaurants in town. I hope that that's enough to entice people to come out and give these restaurants the business they so desperately need. Shawn Townsend, the president and CEO of the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington, thank you so much for joining us again on a Friday night, sir.